Pastor Bernie, come on up. All right. So,
Love you, brother.
So we've been brothers for how many years?
Yeah, see, that's the thing most people don't know. First pastor, other than a First Lutheran connected pastor, when I came to town 20 plus years ago, that contacted me was this guy. Said, Jay, welcome to Greensboro. Let's get together for a beer. I said, talking my language, my little brother. And so after work one day, we sat down and fellowshiped and broke bread, liquid form as it was, broke bread together. And a relationship started and continues to this day and will continue, and I'm thankful for that. Bernie and I have been friends for a long time. Kindred spirits in many ways, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your time here among us. I said it earlier, I'll say it again every time I get the chance to say it, and I've said it for months. And that is, when I was called to start as senior pastor June 1st of 2015, we didn't really have an idea or plan as to what to do beyond calling me. And I had been for several months in conversation with this man, knowing what was going to happen. And I will say again and again and again, I thank you, because had Bernie not been here for these 2 years, I would not still be standing here. And I mean that, because the caregiving that this congregation needed and continues to need is real. And you all have now confirmed and affirmed that we need 2 full-time pastors for this congregation. Emily is now in transition, and she will go from 20 hours to 40 hours with her internship year beginning next week. And Bernie has been a part of her mentoring in that position as we move forward. It is a necessity, and I thank you for the work you've done in that process. It has been generous. It has been not of self, but of Christ's ministry, and we are all readily aware of that because of the way you've done it. You and I and Emily are not beginners of this. We received this legacy from far beyond ourselves, our ancestors, and in this congregation, of all people and of the ordained people, we are part of, and it's a blessing to be here in this position, and I'm thankful for the partnership in that time. The other thing that I want to remind all of you about, that I knew that there were people when I began as senior pastor who needed care beyond what just lay people could do, but lay people do fantastic, and we've continued to grow our lay pastoral ministry through chaplains and home communion and visitors and all the ways, knitting ministry, everything is a part of that as we pastorally, that means shepherdly, care for one another in this body of Christ. And the other thing that is a part of his legacy that he started that we will continue, and Emily and I are already working with our lay leaders that you have helped form, Ruth and Eleanor and Art and others who are going to continue the grief ministry that you started. To acknowledge the grief, to know that it's part of our Christian journey, to know it's an opportunity to learn, and it makes us stronger in faith that we can continue to be a blessing to others as we share our journey of grief. Thank you for that legacy, and it will be built upon and continue as you move on. For that, I'm always grateful. There's a lot I could say, but we've got time, and I want folks to get into the community center soon to greet Bernie and to share some fellowship and some conversation. And even if you're a little late getting to traditional, that's okay. We'll start with that just as long as you're there by sermon time.
Okay.
I would appreciate that deeply.
Okay, all right.
So
I'll aim for that.
all right. So now, strap on your seatbelt. You know how we do these things. We do this with style. And so have a seat next to Ann as we have a little fun and enjoy some blessing in some fun ways as well. And so I'm going to turn it over to another MC of sorts who will then introduce a famous person that you all, or many of you, most of you, know and love dearly. Not Tom, mind you, but okay, you got that one? Okay. So, to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Bernie. Ann. So, went to Jay. We were going to bring in a special guest. So, I asked Jay for $12. He gave me $6. So, we're going to introduce to you the one, the only, the all-seeing, all-saying, all-knowing, the legend in his own mind, Karnak the Magnificent. Put your hands together. Karnak the Magnificent. He's got a little bit of ego. Go to the chin. Karnak, Karnak, Karnak. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, he has a little bit of an ego problem. Karnak has amazing abilities. In these 11 envelopes, we have 11 questions. He's going to give the answers to these questions without having seen the questions. These 11 envelopes have been on Pastor Brady's front porch since Tuesday, hermetically sealed. No one knows the contents of these questions. But you, with your amazing ego, are going to give us the answers.
Karnak will do that.
Okay. You ready for the first question, Brady?
Been ready all my life.
He has.
A saddle and spurs.
Saddle and spurs.
What did Pastor Bernie need for his driver's ed class?
We should just leave right now.
It should have a good beginning, it should have a good end, and those two should be very close together.
It should have a good beginning, a good end, and those two should be close together.
What is the definition of a good sermon?
Okay, I'll study this.
Anybody believe that's going to work out? It's not going to work out.
All Lutherans.
All Lutherans.
What do Tom Brady, Dana Carvey, David Hasselhoff, and Pastor Bernie have in common? It's a good fact to take home.
Want another one after that one?
I'm just thinking about Baywatch right now. Noah.
Noah.
Who helped Bernie develop his love of animals? Are these all old jokes?
You should know that.
I should. As long as he was able.
As long as he was able.
How long did Cain hate his brother?
He's fragile. He's really fragile.
Pastor Bernie, Satan, and Luke Bump.
Pastor Bernie, Satan, and Luke Bump.
Sounds like some cool people. Name the good, the bad, and the ugly.
on business.
Pastor Bernie, Satan, and Tom Pearsall.
Pastor Bernie, Satan, and Tom Pearsall.
Name the good, the bad, and the stupid. I just made that up. That wasn't even.
It went off script.
God knows.
God knows.
What does God call his nose?
The natives are getting restless.
I just know the answers. I do not make them up. Any which way but loose.
Any which way but loose.
What direction does Pastor Bernie go around the altar during communion? $13.
13.
How many stars were on the flag when Pastor Bernie was born? You look great today, by the way.
Hold in my hand the last envelope. I think they're happy you're going to be done.
Zero.
0.
How many times did the sound tech people have to turn up Bernie's mic?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kodak the Magnificent.
Let's say everyone back. A relief. We're still all here and the building hadn't fallen yet. Okay. And of course, this song. Andy, I'm turning it over to you. We have to have the song.
All right. Pipe down. I need to say something. I need to lodge one protest before we get going. I am not happy about this. Not at all. For one thing, I'm getting typecast. And where is it written that anytime there's a pastor's event, I gotta do a song? A few weeks ago, Jay asked Bernie, he said, we're going to have this thing here this morning. And first words out of Bernie's mouth, is there going to be a song? Boxing me in here. And then Jay, I mean, all this hype. Every time I'm turning around, you're announcing this event, and you say, there's got to be a song, you know? You're boxing me in here. So, and if that wasn't enough, Jay, you know you and I had a deal, right? That you were going to sing this time?
I didn't hear about that deal.
And here we are, you're sitting there, and I'm standing mad about this. But I had a choice. I had a choice. I could stay angry, or I could get help. And I got help. You know this guy, Adam Levine? He's a judge on American Idol, right? Got his fame with
The Voice.
Oh, The Voice, yeah, that's right. Got his fame with Maroon 5, and just rose like a superstar. So, what you don't know is that he's been consulting with the band for the last number of weeks here. And not for very much money here. But anyway, he's been consulting with us. And so I asked him if he could do what he could do. He said, I know Bernie likes recycling, so I could do some recycling for him. Right? Okay. So this is what he came up with. But thing is, we still have to perform it. Jay. I need a G chord. 2, 3. Your destiny called when I come down showing the Lord's bounty. You ever include the church in the county? You needed some love with just a few bucks and staffing and floods. And it goes like this. David by the cross and evil. Don't make me your boss now, evil. My moves are burning. I got the moves like burning. Moves like burning. I don't need the tools and the picture. I still can pitch the bulls, get shit. Got the moves like burning. Got the moves like burning. Got the moves like burning. Taking the scene, you kids been kicking whatever the shoe fits. Made some new rules, I suffered some fools. I'll take you to school. Now I'm cruising with grace and your trip and finding our place and worship. You opened my eyes when we used to rise. It's counterclockwise. Take me by the cross, there's evil. Don't make me your boss now, evil. For my moves are burning, got the moves are burning, got the moves are burning. I don't need the tools and pictures. I still can pitch the bulls, get shit. The moves are burning, got the moves are burning, got the moves are burning.
He moves my soul from pole to pole. Don't want control, just Tootsie Roll. He stood and spoke it, corny joked it. Nobody else can breathe it. He's not too old. He came along, broke the mold. So check your plans, check your wine. He's still the man for big old night. Hey, hey!
They don't make them like this.
Take me by the cross and
Evil. Don't make me be your boss now, evil. For my moves are burning, got the moves are burning, got the moves like burning. I don't need the tools and the pictures. I still know how to fool the shit. My moves are burning, got the moves are burning, got the moves are burning.
Good job, good job. Last thing, quilting group, please come up quickly. Quilting group, who's here to make the presentation? Come on up. And thank you for your work that goes on week after week in the congregation. Which one I got here? This one's still working. Number four. There you go. Thank you, Barbara.
Pastor Bernie, the members of the quilting group would like to present you with this quilt. Now you can see that it's called a crazy quilt, but that is no reflection on you. It also is made from recycled, discarded, rag bag fabric, and that is no reflection on you. And what we would ask that you remember when you look at this quilt, the quilter's motto, and that is, on a galloping horse, nobody will notice the missed stitches or the missed lines or whatever else it might be. We just want to let you know that we love you, and we are going to miss you terribly. And we want to let you know also, thank you for making a difference in the lives of the folks at First Lutheran.
Okay, so let's get Ann and Bernie, get into the community center first, okay? If you guys are headed that way, and we got the mics on over there.